Hi guys, thanks for joining me. Today I'm going to talk about a problem that normally doesn't get talked about too much, and that is the location of hook keepers on rods. Now I've got a brand new NRX rod. I just got replaced, broke an old one. I love these rods, but I don't like where the hook keepers are. It's way in the butt section of the rod. Sometimes you'll find them up here. They're all over, and they just create a lot of problems. A lot of times you'll see guys so frustrated that they're hooking their baits on the rod eyes. This is never a good idea. Don't do that, guys. One of the problems that you have with a lot of these hook keepers that are up above the reel, you'll pull a rod sock down and you'll get, you know, the hook caught up in the rod sock. We've all had that problem. Here's the worst one. You'll be fishing, you'll have your rod out, you're reeling in, or you have your bait out, you're reeling in. Next thing you know, it feels mushy, something's wrong, and you have this situation. You got the line catching on the hook holder. We've all had these problems, so today I'm going to show a real quick rod hack that you can do to alleviate a lot of those problems, save you a lot of frustration. After we do that rod hack, I'm going to also talk very briefly about how I hook up my drop shots so that the weight's not always dangling around on the you know, on the rod, wrapping around the rod, wrapping around other rods. So let's get into that right now. All you're going to need is a power drill with about an 1/8 inch bit. You can go a little smaller, you can go a little larger, depending on what rod you're using and what baits you plan on hooking up to this this system. All right, let's get going. And this is so easy. You're going to thank me when you see this. We're not going to drill into the rod. That's going to ruin your warranty. You're not going to drill into the handles, but we are going to drill into the trigger grip. They're fairly soft plastic or whatever they use, and it is really easy to drill into this stuff. And I'll give you right in here. We're going to drill down right in here. I'll show you the hole that I'm going to drill. Okay, this is so simple. I usually do this in the shop, but I'm going to do it out here in the boat. Basically, you just have to have your rod steadied. You're going to get this. Now you can see where I've started that. Let's drill through. That's it, guys. I've just drilled a hole in the trigger of the rod, and that's how you hook it up. Real easy. If you've got a little burr or something on there, you can knock it off with a little sandpaper. For you guys that own Phoenix rods, here's a little tip that you may not know. Most of the new Phoenix rods have pre-drilled holes in them, so they're all ready to go. And I'll tell you one thing these things work great for is chatterbaits. When you're putting these things up, they pull right in there. They hold nice and tight. So let me go through the situation one more time. We've got a problem here. I've got an older Phoenix rod, and I just noticed that I haven't drilled this one. So I've got a rod that has the bait that I've got to hook in here, and you can see how inconvenient this is to have that bait there. Just a problem. So what we'll do, and I don't know that I've ever drilled into a Phoenix one. It looks like they have kind of a different plastic or something. But let's give it a try. No problem. Again, we got that hole drilled through there. Hopefully you guys can see that. Now what we have is a nice little spot to hold this on right on the hook keeper. It's very convenient. Here's a bonus tip today, and this is for dealing with drop shot weights when you're fishing drop shot, when you go to move from place to place or you put your rod on the deck, how you keep this weight in here. And a lot of guys will just simply pull the weight into the hook keeper and tighten it up, and that's you know where they leave it. Problem is this weight generally comes off of there. By the time you set it down, it drops down, it tangles everything else up. So what I like to do is when I'm drop shotting, I'll simply, let's kick that in, I'll simply tie a loop knot, let's see, onto the back of the hook. Can you guys see that? I got a loop in here. That's all it is. So now that I have the loop on the end of the weight, I can simply take that, attach it, and I'm in business. This is not going to come off. It's really easy to pull it off and start fishing again. Put it back on, tighten it up, and you have a nice tidy little drop shot setup. I hope you enjoyed those quick tips, and I hope it saves you some frustration on the water. And I'll just, in closing, I'll say, you know, if you drill into one of your triggers and you don't like it, maybe it's just not right for you, you'd rather use the other hook holder that they have on there, don't be afraid to just take a little epoxy, shove it into the hole that you've drilled, you know, clean it up with your fingers a little bit, and you're back to square one. You're not going to have any problems with the structural integrity of the trigger or anything, so you're not going to ruin anything by giving it a try. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'm going to go out fishing. We'll see you guys on the river.